Hey there, I thought I'd try something new today and do a little gameplay commentary over a full level 83 Sanctum run I just did with this Flameblast Inquisitor build I've been playing. It's by no means completely optimized yet, and you'll see in this run that I make a lot of mistakes, but hopefully if anything, this will encourage some of you to give the Sanctum a try if you haven't done so yet. So you're going to see here my relics. I just hover over them real quick. You can pause if you need to. Nothing super special. These are all just things that I had lying around that I found. And we'll go into the first room here. So what we're playing here is a Flameblast Inquisitor that is life-based, that uses Wrathpith Globe to scale our damage from life. And you can see that I'm pretty much like one or two shotting things. So just running around, killing the guards, grabbing the chests when I see them. You see I left some coins back there, I forgot about them. I grabbed the fountain because I have a relic that gives me a bit more resolve each time that I click on a fountain. Here I went for the gargoyles. They're not that big of an issue. You want to avoid the very bad afflictions, such as the Deceptive Mirror, which will take you anywhere, or also Fiendish Wings is really quite frightening. I've lost a couple runs to it. Mainly because, I don't know, I guess I'm just not fast enough to dodge everything that the super fast guards throw at us. So here I'm just running around, realizing that I had finished the room. I'm not super great at noticing when the rooms are complete in those like arena rooms, because I'm gonna be honest, the fact that I use Righteous Fire makes it like pretty hard to see what's going on. Here I'm not sure what's happening, but my mouse is pointing in the right place, but the flame blast is not going off where it should be, which was really weird. I remember that happening, thinking, what the heck is going on? Yeah, so I'm just looking around for more guards because I have to defeat all of the guards in this room. These guards that like kind of blink and turn into like 3 clones are honestly the trickiest guards in this for my build here, and that's pretty much because they move around too quickly, and Flame Blast has a hard time hitting them. Even though you would think like Flame Blast has a giant AoE when you channel it, and it does, if they just jump out of the circle or blink out of the circle, then you just miss right away. Here I'm in the boss room. You just have to go and kill all of the like sort of copies of this boss, and then here I think that I thought that I was going to be safe in the corner, but you're really not. So when the boss dies, you have to actually go in the middle. That's where you're safe. So like right up against them. And there I pick 5 Chaos. When I'm choosing rooms, I'm basically just looking at what rewards are ahead, avoiding bad afflictions, deciding which affliction is the least bad to take basically, and planning based on that. Later on, I'll go for like the better rewards if I see them, as long as the afflictions aren't too bad. Because if you get really bad afflictions, then it's not even worth running the rest of the Sanctum in some instances. Like, I mean, I would still try, but it can become really, really hard. So here, just go for some Orbs of Alchemy at the end of the floor. So I'm trying to think, okay, what am I going to do next after this room? So probably I'm going to go for the Pact again, I would think. Or maybe I don't, we'll see. The gargoyles are a little bit tricky because they kind of just move around and jump at you, and I have trouble seeing them. That's one thing that I'm going to stress, that I actually like find that I have a hard time seeing what's going on while I'm playing in this Sanctum with this build. I don't know if it's because of RF, or if it's because my life pool is low and therefore my light radius is low. Things are very dark, and it's a pain in the butt. You'll see later on in some of the arena rooms where there's a lot going on, I can barely make sense of what's happening, and that's primarily because of Righteous Fire, I think. I'm also just not used to playing with RF. For anyone wondering why I'm using RF, this isn't an RF build at all, but I am using it because it gives us increased spell damage. Just another way to make us do more damage. And as you can see, we are doing a lot of damage. So here I'm looking at the pack, trying to decide, okay, are any of these worth taking? This bottom one is a net positive, or not a net positive, but rather like they cancel each other out. And then I decide, okay, let me take this inspiration, I'll get my resolve back. That's what I'm thinking anyhow, through fountains or like the merchant. And now we're going into the first boss. Put on my RF. One thing that's annoying is having to put RF on every single room. You'll see that sometimes I actually forget, and that's not great. So I just charged Flameblast up a few times and he's dead. I pick up my alchemies. And we're on to the second floor. So right now I have like 700 gold, which means I want to be spending it at the merchant to get some more boons, so that I can have an easier time for the rest of the run. So I just kill these guards as they spawn. Pretty straightforward. I do have to be careful because, you know, when you are casting Flameblast, you are standing still. So is it the safest skill to be using in Sanctum? Definitely not. But the damage is there, or at least I think so. It's good enough for me. So here I'm at the shop and I see that there's the movement speed, which I really like because my build does not have much movement speed besides the 30% boots. And I also grabbed the, what was it, the resolve? I forget. Oh, the reduced, yeah, the reduced prices for the future. So in the second floor, finding the exit can be tricky. They're always in the corner, but basically I'll just run around the entire area looking for the exits. Here I took some damage, some inspiration damage from the rare mobs. I find these rare mobs are a little bit tricky sometimes, and that's primarily because their skill that they do makes like the gold rain down from the sky. It looks a lot like the consecrated ground that I make, and I have trouble distinguishing which is which. So, you know, there's a few reasons not to play this build. But here I am doing it anyways. So in this room I have to kill all the guards again. And the rare mobs. Rare mobs can be a little bit tricky. I had one that really messed me up and I lost the run because of it. That was also early on when I didn't have the gear that I have now. But what happened was it was in one of those arena rooms and the mob had a temporal bubble on it, or whatever that is. And so I had to get like in proximity to him, right next to all of the lasers that were going off at the same time, and it was a bad time. I couldn't tell what was going on. Yeah, lost the run that way. Here I'm gonna go for hemorrhage because it's not that big a deal. You can't recover resolve until the end of the room, end of the floor, which is fine. I'm feeling confident that my 280 inspiration will be good enough. See, this is the room where I failed that one time because of the temporal bubble thing. Proximity shield, or whatever it's called. Here you can see I'm having trouble with that guy that splits into copies. Pick up my coins. And here nothing amazing, so I just go for the jeweler's orbs. So here I'm thinking I need to reach that merchant again. I don't have a ton of gold right now, but I'd rather get more boons than like go for that chaos or whatever it was that I saw. Just picking up a few more coins, checking all the corners, looking for the exit. See, that's the rain from the sky thing I'm talking about. That looks a bit like the consecrated ground. It's the same color. Yeah, pain in the butt. Obviously that's just like a skill issue. So here I'm looking at what afflictions are ahead, and that actually I think changes my mind about where I go. Oh no, I still go for the merchant, okay. I walked into that guy, I didn't notice him until it was too late. Trying to clear out these gargoyles before picking everything up. See what Divinia has. So here I'm just gonna go for the maximum resolve. Because it's not just to your max, it actually will give you the 150 resolve as well. And since I was feeling a little low, that seemed like a good idea. Here I go towards the Benevolent Fountain, and I'm thinking that the one that the fountain is really good to pick up because you get a boon. And then here I realize I don't have enough coins to buy it. So that was a mistake on my part. And the affliction that I got for that was floor tax, so none of the coins that I end a floor with will stick around to the next floor, which is a kind of a pain. Here I'm fighting the bosses of the second floor. I try to time it so that they both die in one shot, which has happened before, but for some reason it didn't work that time. So then I just used Fall Flameblast on the second guy, and that cleans him up. So I just pick up my rewards here, choose the Val Orbs, and the Sextants. Sextants are pretty good. They're about 3.5 chaos each. And we're on to floor 3. This is the floor where you can start seeing some good rewards like Exalted Orbs and Divine Orbs. So I'm keeping my eyes open for those. I noticed that there are Sextants that way, so I go that direction. Also, like, I have 200 gold, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can get enough to buy something at Divinia's shop here, but I don't remember if I actually do get enough. I think if I do, it might just be the resolve. See? Here's that cloning guy again. Yeah, so as you can see, I didn't have enough to pick anything useful up other than the little bit of resolve that really is not super consequential, but it was all I could afford, and I figured I might as well. Here, there's a little shortcut. I'm realizing right now that I have a quartz flask up, which I absolutely do not need here in the Sanctum. I should have swapped that out for something else. I forgot to change it. That's okay. But just a fun little thing I noticed here. That was for basically for mapping when I'd get overwhelmed by swarms of monsters. Then having the quartz flask helps a lot there. So here I just decide, okay, I need to get more resolve. I'm going to go for the fountain. I don't have much gold. There's no amazing rewards in any direction so far. So I just figured, okay, what's going to help me get through this Sanctum and at least beat it? And so I decided to go for the resolve there. And I'm just picking up chests, hoping to save up a little bit of coins so that I can pick things up, so I can at least like buy the rewards, like the little reward rooms where it costs like 5 coins to get anything, because it would suck if I couldn't afford that. Here, just grab my fountain. And so this next affliction that I'm going to be getting, lose 20 coins when you get hit for your resolve. That's a pain in the butt. Oh, here is the boss of the, or the middle room boss of the 3rd floor, and he does not last long. For anyone wondering, the build at this point, I think I've invested anywhere between 20 and 30 divines into it to get it to this point. Something like that. Okay, this is the room that I have a hell of a hard time seeing what's going on, and that's because of these meteors falling from the sky and my Righteous Fire being the same color as them. Maybe if I bought some Righteous Fire MTX, I wouldn't have this issue, but you can probably tell that it's a little bit tricky to see what's going on. So it's very like last split second reactions I'm doing to try and dodge and not get hit by those meteors. Which I guess isn't ideal. Here's another one where we just have to run around defeating all the guards. There I got caught on the wall. I think there's 1 or 2 more guards left. Here they are. Grab the little chest. Even if it's just 9 coins, they add up. Can I afford anything? Only the resolve. I'm full resolve, so that was no bueno. Didn't get anything out of it. I choose the monsters deal 50% more damage here because that's not more damage to your resolve, it's more damage to your character, and my character is actually pretty tanky. You might not think so because like I'm reserving like 4,000 life, which is kind of bonkers, but even with the 3,500, that plus the 1,800 energy shield, that's enough. More than enough even. I missed a couple coins. I just noticed I missed even more coins on the right hand side. You can see I'm making a bunch of little mistakes and getting hit all over the place, but I'm still trying. Here I decided to throw down Syrian Bond because it's the first run I actually used Syrian Bond on. I figured what the heck, I'll try it out. I almost died there, so I should not have let myself get hit by that. I'm freaking out right now, and I'm trying desperately not to get killed. I've like so far, I think I've done about 10 runs or so. I've failed maybe half of them, but that's, you know, because I'm still learning it and the build is still coming together. Oh, what was I gonna say? Get our sextants there. I am blanking on what I was gonna say. Dang it. Well, it was the first time I'm using Syrian Bond because I saw that people are using totems in the trap rooms in the 4th floor here to block the fireballs from hitting them, which is genius. And so I figured, okay, I'll equip Syrian Bond and, you know, try it out this run. As you'll see, I literally didn't run into any rooms where I needed to use that. So joke's on me, I guess. I replaced my Stone Golem to be able to do that. And Stone Golem just gives me a bit more life regen, which honestly, like with the Inquisitor and the gear that I have, all the life regen mods, we don't really need the Stone Golem anymore. So here is, this is a tricky room to find the right place to go, or at least for me. I keep ending up in the wrong corners. It's just like on the 2nd floor where you have to check every corner, but this one's a bit harder to reach all of them. I have no money, so I can't buy anything. So this run is kind of scuffed, right? It's not going amazing. Not terrible. I don't have like terrible afflictions, which is good, but I also don't have great boons. So I'm just trying to make it work. I don't know if I got hit there. I might have by that shield charged guy. Here I didn't notice these two guys until I didn't notice that they were in that corner. I thought they were more on the right hand side, and that confused me. Click on the fountain, and I spot a divine orb, so I'm gonna head up that way because obviously you want to pick the divine orbs when you're on this 4th floor and the 3rd floor if you haven't seen one. They are the reason we do this for the most part. For what it's worth, I have completed a couple of the challenge run things. I mean, one of them is just a night lamp, nothing too special about that. But the other one that I completed was the one that gives you the sandstorm visage. So got that on the first try, and it went really smoothly, even though I had no idea where I was going because all of the rooms are hidden in that run. As in, when you're looking at the map choosing which room to go to, you can't see what any of them have, be it afflictions or rewards. But yeah, I came out with that Sandstorm Visage, which was pretty cool. It's actually the one I'm using right now. So here I'm thinking Null Orb, Val Orbs, I don't know. I went for the Val Orbs because I use them more often. Here I'm failing to flame dash over the ledge, which happens to me a lot. You know, skill issue again. At this point, coins aren't super important. I just have to make sure that I have enough to grab rewards with them. I think I got hit there. That's a move that I had never ever noticed before, so that threw me off. The blue explosion things. This guy's scaring me. I'm actually like pretty panicky right now on this floor because I'm not feeling super confident. I have 300 resolve, which is a lot, but now there's a divine on the line, so I'm thinking, okay, I don't want to mess this up. But also I'm recording, so I don't want to mess this up. Here I'm deciding that I'm going to go for the 5% resolve lost of current resolve lost per room because there aren't many rooms left. So how much would that be? I don't know. 30 total, 45 resolve lost. It's not a big deal. Clean that guy up. The rare monsters can sometimes blink around. I find them very tricky because this build doesn't do instant damage. You are like holding down the button at least for a fraction of a second. So the monster has time to blink away, which is a pain in the butt. Here I decide not to go for any of those packs. They all seem not beneficial and too risky at this point, so I just forego the opportunity to see if I got another reward there. I didn't think it was worth it. As you can see, like basically how I deal with all these cards is just try and run circles around them and then flame blast them when they're not, you know, actively aiming at me, basically. Just go past all these traps. There's a little shortcut here that you can flame dash through. I'm waiting to see when the traps go off. Then I come down here. Just go through him to make him miss his shot, basically. Waiting for the traps, I don't want to risk it. I'm feeling... I don't know what hit me there, actually. I really have no idea. Unless the... Oh, I just realized. Okay, that is the thing where you take like some damage at the end of each floor, or each room. Alright, we're at Licia. This is her phase 1. This is the phase that I find the sketchiest for me, personally. As you can see, I get hit there, and you're gonna see right there, I get really hit there, and that scared the crap out of me. Also, I forgot to put Righteous Fire on, so I'm missing out on like, I don't know, 20%, 30% damage, something like that. Here I'm panicking, I'm getting hit by things, I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose this run. Okay, I make it to phase 2. Put down my Stormbrand for a shock. Charge up my Flameblast ahead of time. So notice I'm not using Val Flameblast. She went into the corner here, and I'm freaking out because I don't want to get hit by her giant tentacle AoE beam stuff that she just did. And so I go like flame dashing from one side to the other side of her so that she misses. And now we are in phase 3. This is where I'm going to pop Val Flameblast. Does a decent chunk of damage, but not as much as I would have liked. Dodge the attacks, and really quickly she goes into this phase where you have to dodge all of these little red, I don't know, what would you even call this, ground slam thing that pushes out energy blast? I don't know. You just have to like slowly run around. It's a bit like the Cyrus thing, where you're running around the little Cyrus maze. It's a bit like that, but it's moving, so yeah. So just dodge that, keep DPS her, and there we go. Didn't get anything great this time, but that's the complete run, basically. Path of Building will be in the description if you're interested, and you can look forward to a build guide of sorts for this character. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.